All right, people, I'm making this video because I have gone through pain and suffering, and I am now currently have a little post-traumatic stress disorder as a result of what happened yesterday when I was trying to get my students logged into my new Instructure account. Um, I spent all day wondering and testing out all kinds of things and did a lot of wacky attempts, but I finally got to the point where today I was able to figure out the best way to get students logged into a course. Now, part of this is an issue I had with my particular school district, which seemed to be blocking any email confirmation emails for students using their email account that the district provides. It's somewhere on the server, it's just deleting this, and they're never able to confirm their account. And that caused a lot of pain and suffering. So I've told all my students now, and I'm beginning to teach them not to use their email. However, if they already began using it and they're successfully on it, that's another story. But from here on out, this is the way I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my Intro to Digital Tech course, and I'm going to go down to settings to show you what I'm talking about. So when you go to edit your settings, if you make your setting, and it's somewhere down under here where there's a more, I don't know why more options. When you get to more options, there is this let students self-enroll by sharing them a secret URL or code, or add a join this course link. So I would check these two. Until you check them, you won't see this. And my recommendation is you give them this link, canvas.instructure.com/register. That way they can register as a student. So let's go ahead and try that out. I'm going to open a different browser and see if I can register for this course. So here I have my Firefox browser. I'm going to click paste and go. When you go to the Instructure, it's canvas.instructure.com/register. When you go there, it says sign up now. It's free. If you are a teacher, you can create your teacher account. If you are a parent, you can do that and follow your son or daughter's account. If you are a student, just click I'm a student, and you need the join code. So that's this particular one. It will depend on your code. It's automatically generated. And they will need to plug this in. So I paste it in. Okay, so let's put down the name. So we're just going to put here Tomfoolery. All right, so there's your name. And then they're going to have to put in a username. So they're going to have to pick this. Now, they need to remember it. And so I'm just going to use that for username. And then I'm going to plug in a password. And then so I'm going to just go ahead. I got to start over. I did it wrong. Okay, so you click this, you click, you agree. I hope this is the same password twice. I might have to retype that. And you want to make sure that your students remember their password. So that's going to be key. I'm going to click I agree. Now, do you notice a problem with this? When I go to log in, it's asking me for my full name, username, password. So I can log in, but I'm going to need to confirm the course. But let me just show you what happens here. You're going to want to tell your students that once they're in, this is what they're going to need to do. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell it to save just in case. I'm going to full screen this, and right now you can see the course, right? But at this point, if they log out and forget their password, how are they going to get back in? So I tell them to go to account. I tell them to go to settings. I'm going to click email address because you've got to add email address, and you may want to even do a text number as well. And I think you can add multiple email addresses. So you want to register that email so that you can go to the site. So let me do that right now. Now, if you happen to be in my school district, you want to make sure you don't have them do the school district email, and then you're going to click register email. You may need to confirm the email, so I'm going to try that out. So at this point, I'm in my email, and I notice there's focused and there's other. It came in under other, and there it is, confirm registration. You've got to do that click here to finish the registration process. Whether they do that on their phones or they do it on the computer, if they're able to, they just got to do it. Once they confirm, welcome aboard, yes, add email address. Now we go back here and we hit refresh, and we should be able to see that email just pop in. And there it is. And the other thing, of course, you can do another contact message, and you can put in the cell number and the carrier. And then I don't know if you need that or not. You can try it with the cell number as well. what I'm going to do is try to log out and see if I can log back in using each of those. So I'm going to click here on account and log out. Now, I make my students do this. I want to see them logged out and then see them log back in again. So I've already logged out, and I want to see them actually type that password in. So I know that they can get back in, because the autofill only works if they're on the same browser and the cache hasn't been reset. So there's a lot of issues in doing that. Plus, if they want to download the app, they just need to be able to type in their password. Notice, though, for the username, it says email here, but they got to put in their username. I don't know why it doesn't like the email. It just doesn't seem to accept it. And as long as they've added their email and they've confirmed it, they can click the forget password and have it reset, and they can reset it and work off of there. While we're on the topic, I just want to show you one other little thing you should know about, and that's if your student is having trouble, and what you want to do is you want to go to your course, and you want to go to people, you want to go to your people, and you want to look at the name and login ID. It's the login ID. Whatever they put on here should be what they use to log in. Now, this is social media, and that kind of brings me to the last one. But you may find it, and this is where it gets weird, is it could be a username. It could have a name with a space in between. I even had a student do that. They had first name, space, last name, and it turns out that when they went to log in, they actually had to include the space or it didn't accept it. So that's one little gotcha you want to be aware of. Okay, so once they've successfully logged in using their username and password, then I want to the last thing I want to cover is you'll notice I'm registered as 2 classes on this account. Let's say I'm going to be in yet a 3rd class. So I just want to show you what would happen if they have another account. So if they already have an account, what they want to do is you want to tell them to log into their account. Once they're logged into the account, then you're going to have them enroll in the course, and they will need the course code for that. So let's go to my course. I'm going to hit the dashboard, or I guess I could have hit courses, and let's do the computer science principles. And I want to get them registered on that course. I go to the course, the settings, and I find the course join roll. And basically, once they're logged in, all they need to do is go to this link. It's canvas.instructure.com/enroll, and then it's the course code. And you can just send them that link. So I paste it in here and I click it. And when I see it, I have the option to enroll in the course. So I click enroll in course. And then if I click on courses, I should see it in there. And now I've just enrolled in another course. So that's the way to do it. And then there's one other thing I want to show you. I'm gonna register on Canvas, doing it an entirely different way. So I'm going to show you, first of all, let's go to my other account. Using social media logins. Okay, let me just show you this. This is kind of interesting. I go to my Intro to Digital Tech. I had a lot of students, the people early on, get in this course with social media. And so when they do that, this is the kind of login that they get. And pretty interesting how that works. So let me show you what that looks like. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to log out. And I'm going to use a totally different account. And hopefully I can do this right. So what I'm going to do is instead of any of this, I'm going to go in through my GitHub account. So I'm going to click GitHub. And I'm already apparently logged into GitHub. It already sees me here. So I'm just going to click Authorize Instructure. And then I agree to the terms. And I click Submit. And then user was successfully updated. I'm going to click on Courses. I'm going to see if I had the course. Now, first thing you're going to see is I have the option to start a new course. I basically have a teacher account. So it doesn't show my course in here. So once I'm logged in on here, I have to do the enroll. And then I click enroll, and then I have it. So I forgot about that little step. But here's the problem. I've enrolled in the computer science principles, but it's going to have that ID there. So let me just show you what that looks like. And so I go back to courses, computer science principles, and I want to find the people, and I want to find that login information. So basically, anyone who does social media, and we're going to just look at these bottom 3, have this ID on here. Excuse me. So as long as they have their name filled out, some social media allows them it just puts their name in there. Some do not. If it's a Gmail account, email, it won't. It'll actually have a number like this one here. The other two were using a different social media that already provided the name, or the student went in and changed that name. And so you're going to want to look at your settings and tell the students to look at their settings and see what it says for their name and their display name, and then have them change it if it shows that social media. It shouldn't be a problem. And but then from then on, they just click that social media link, and as long as they're logged in, it works. If they're not logged in, they just put in the password for the social media, and it should work just fine. All right, so hopefully that will help you out in the future, and you will not have to go through all the pain that I had to. It was crazy. It was every class I spent the first 25 minutes just dealing with students, and I had some students that go through almost the entire class not being able to resolve it. I had to go to that social media, what I called the nuclear option for those students, and it worked. But I knew there was a better way. So if you can, try to use the first method. And if not, the backup is that social media. So good luck with that.